She thought it was just an apple, but it changed everything. In a quiet American town, there lived a young girl named Anna. She was kind and soft-hearted, full of dreams for the future. But deep down in the silent moments, she felt a quiet loneliness that she couldn't quite shake. One evening, as a beautiful sunset painted the sky in soft shades of orange and gold, Anna was sitting by herself in a park. It was peaceful, but her solitude felt heavy. That's when a charming young man approached her. He walked with an easy confidence, and his smile seemed to light up the fading day. His voice was smooth like honey and completely reassuring. In his hand, he held a bright red apple, so perfect it almost didn't look real. He stopped in front of her, his eyes meeting hers, and he said softly, "Take it. It's for you. Nothing bad will happen." "Trust me," Anna hesitated. A small warning bell rang in the back of her mind, a feeling of unease she couldn't explain. But the apple looked so perfect, so shiny and beautiful. It was deeply tempting, and the boy's eyes seemed so convincing, so safe and friendly. He was just being nice, right? So, after a moment, she reached out and took it, and then she took a bite. The instant her teeth sank into the crisp flesh of the apple, the entire world seemed to shift. The gentle warmth of the evening vanished, replaced by a sudden biting cold. The wind began to whip through the trees with a chilling howl. The sky, which had just been glowing with golden light, turned a bleak, stormy gray. Anna's heart began to hammer against her ribs. She looked up at the boy, but something was terribly different. His charming smile had faded into a cold, empty expression. His shadow, which should have been short in the twilight, stretched unnaturally long and dark behind him. And within that grotesque shadow, something began to move. A serpent, coiling and uncoiling, its form weaving through the darkness. It was slow, silent, and its eyes were fixed on her. The boy took a step back, and as he moved, his form shimmered like a heat wave, an illusion breaking apart. He was never what he seemed. He was temptation itself. The apple wasn't a gift. It was a carefully set trap. Tears welled in Anna's eyes, hot against her cold skin. She dropped the apple, and it hit the ground with a dull, lifeless thud. "I shouldn't have," she whispered, her voice choked with regret. A suffocating fear wrapped around her like a shroud of darkness. Overwhelmed, she fell to her knees and cried out, her voice breaking, "God, please help me." In that moment, all the sounds of the city faded into silence. Time itself felt frozen. And then a light broke through the heavy, dark clouds. It wasn't harsh or blinding, but a warm, golden, and peaceful glow that gently surrounded her. And standing before her, bathed in this radiant light, was Jesus. He didn't look angry. He didn't look disappointed. His eyes were filled with a deep and boundless compassion. He took a gentle step closer. From the shadows the serpent hissed, but it began to shrink and recoil in the presence of the pure light. Jesus reached out his hand, not to condemn, but to comfort. His voice was calm, yet filled with an undeniable power. "Temptation often looks beautiful," he said. "It whispers promises of comfort. It offers what seems like instant happiness, but it always hides destruction." Anna looked up at him, trembling, her face stained with tears. "I made a mistake," she confessed, her voice barely a whisper. Jesus knelt beside her, his presence a shield against the darkness. "Yes," he said softly, "but your mistake does not define who you are." As he spoke those words, the serpent vanished completely, consumed by the light. The sky began to clear, and warm sunlight poured over the park once again, chasing away the last of the shadows. Jesus gently helped her to her feet. "You may fall," he said, his gaze steady and kind, "but I will always be here to lift you up." Fresh tears streamed down her face, but this time, they weren't tears of fear or shame. They were tears of overwhelming relief and gratitude. A profound peace filled her heart, a peace she had never known before. The apple on the ground withered into dust and was blown away by the breeze. The illusion was gone, and Anna walked forward, out of the park and into the light, not alone anymore. Not every apple is a blessing, some are tests. But Jesus is always the rescue. Thanks for watching. If this story touched your heart, please share it with someone who might need to hear it. Don't forget to subscribe for more messages of hope.